Hi everyone, it's Jamie from Rise Gardens, and it's finally fall. And today we are talking all about fall cheese boards. So cheese boards are all the rage on Instagram and at parties. And if you've never made a cheese board because you're a little bit intimidated, you're actually gonna find out that they're super easy to make. And so we're gonna walk you through exactly how to make a cheese board, which is very, very easy to do. And we're gonna go through all the steps, and we're gonna use these fresh herbs so that you make them just a little bit prettier and seasonal for fall. So let's get started. So first you want to start thinking about how many people are coming to your party. So this one that we're doing today, we're making it for about 5 people. So, if you need a smaller board, if you're doing, 1 to 3, and a little bit bigger board. So if you're doing anything over 5. What you want to do is you want to look for 2 to 3 different cheeses, 2 to 3 different meats, depending on, who's coming, if you have meat lovers, or you want to go a little heavier if you have vegetarians. You want seasonal fruit, so you want grapes, you want figs, you want, some melons with some prosciutto wrapped around, so nice little extra touch. And then you're gonna add in your fall herbs, your crackers, and then we have these seasonal nuts, and I'll talk about those in a little bit. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to start by placing your meat and your cheese, and then you're going to build the cheese boards around it. So the first thing we have is brie, and you're just going to put it here. And then you have blue cheese. You want to kind of put it on the other end of the cheese board. And then we have a Merlot cheddar, just to kind of go into the fall wine feeling. So just adding in some of that little seasonal cheese. And then you want to add in a little bit of meat, and you want to style this a little bit. You want to put it in between some cheese. So you want to build it out like this. And as you can see, it's starting to already come together. So you can't really see it as a whole, but you can see that as you're just placing things, there's no real strategy to it other than just starting to build it. And if you start to build it and you don't think that it's looking pretty, just start removing things and then you put it right back in. So it's a super easy tip. All right, and then you have this guy. You can sometimes slice them ahead of time, and we're just gonna leave it as a block. So we're gonna put it here, kind of balance it. So we're trying to put them in different places in the board to kind of balance out the cheese and the meats. And then you take everything else that you have, and then you start building it in and filling it in. So here we have some rosemary crackers, again, getting into the herbs. And you wanna style them a little bit here. So you just have them kind of laying out. And messy is okay. You don't want anything too perfect. All right, and then I'm gonna take these figs, because again, it's fall. I'm gonna kind of put it here. All right, and then you wanna cut them in half too, because they're so beautiful on the inside, so you wanna make sure that you get those in here. All right, and then we do have this jam, and I tend to like to put the jam right in the middle to give it a little bit of height. So just adjust as you go now that you're starting to see what is there, what you've got. And again, mess it up to kind of fill up the space rather than it being perfect. And then you're gonna add in some grapes over here. It's plenty. So again, we're getting those purples for fall. And then we're gonna talk about these rosemary spiced pecans. And while I'm not gonna cook them for you on camera, we are sharing the special recipe in our caption here on YouTube. So just go to our caption, make sure you take a look at that, and you'll be able to capture it super easy. You simply just put them in the oven after you chop up the herbs, which we got from our wonderful Rise Garden. So I'm gonna place these here. Just grab some nuts. And I'll build it in here. All right. And again, you want it to overlap a little bit because that messiness is part of the actual experience and what those beautiful Instagram cheese boards actually look like. All right, so prosciutto wrapped melon. And then you're gonna take these just crackers that we got from the supermarket. And it's your choice on the types of crackers that you pick. You can actually pick breads as well. So if you're doing a ricotta or any kind of goat cheese or anything like that, you can pick up some bread and substitute that for the crackers that we have here as well. And as you can see, it's starting to come together, and I'm going to fill in. So that's really, once you get everything together, you wanna fill in a little bit to make it just look a little bit better. And this is where your fresh herbs from the Rise Garden come in. So you wanna make it, if you take a look at this, you wanna make it just a little bit extra pretty. Here's some rosemary, and you just wanna start filling it in a little bit here. We have some sage, so you just wanna take the sage and start to feed it in here. And so you're adding these green elements in with the reds and the purples and the different blues and all the crackers, so it's really coming together. And you have a cheese board. And that it took, maybe 10 minutes to put together. So it's something that makes you look like a super put together hostess that takes very little work to do. And even if you didn't want to do the recipe for the nuts, you can pick some nuts up from the store and you're ready to go. So that's what we have for you today. Enjoy your fall cheese board, and we will see you next time.